Imagine this. You're on a first date, eager to transcend the usual small talk and make a profound connection. You're desperate to unravel the layers of his personality, leaving a lasting imprint. The secret? It begins with the power of the right questions. Welcome to Eternal Amour, your source for dating and relationship insights. Today, we're delving into the world of first dates, where small talk meets genuine connection. If you've ever wondered how to get beneath the surface and truly understand if you're compatible with someone, you're in the right place. In this video by Matthew Hussey, we're sharing 8 thought-provoking questions that can transform your first date experience. Matthew Hussey is a renowned dating coach and relationship expert who's here to guide us on this journey. These questions aren't just about getting to know your date. They are about revealing his true self, exchanging values, and making the evening memorable. Keep watching as we will reveal a single question number 8, that Matthew Hussey considers the ultimate key to unraveling the depths of someone's personality. Before we dive in, here's a question for you. What's the one question you always wanted to ask on a first date? Share it in the comments below and let's spark a conversation. Now let's explore these questions and make your next first date truly unforgettable. Because in matters of the heart, it's the questions we ask that lead us to the answers we seek. Let's get started.
Question number 1. Who is someone you really admire? I believe that when we ask someone who they admire, we start to actually learn their values. What is it they value? What traits do they think are important in another human being? Because that says what traits they feel are important for themselves to aspire to. And by the way, the key to this question is asking why. What is it about that person? Number 2, what kind of vacations do you love the most? I think this is just a fun question in general because it gets you talking about something fun. It gets you away from work. Even if someone hasn't taken a vacation in a while, it just gets us into that kind of fantasy of where we like going, what we like doing, when we're being carefree. Oh, as a follow-up, you can ask someone, if you had to spend a year in a different country altogether, where would you choose? And by the way, with all of these questions, you get to ask why. What is it about that place? And what's more fun than describing the soul of a place that you love? Number 3, what book do you think everybody should read? I love this question. What book do you think everyone should read? Because it's another way of saying, what's a message that you think everybody should hear? And when you hear the message that someone thinks everybody should hear, then you're learning what they think is really important in life. Question 4, what do you love most about what you do? Now, not everyone loves what they do, but what you're going to learn is A, whether they are passionate about what they do for a living, and B, even if they're not, can they find something that they love about what they do? And if they say, oh mate, I really struggle with what I do, I'm not enjoying it, then say, what do you want to do instead? Or is there something you'd much rather be doing? And then you learn about something they're moving towards. But you're seeing if they can find passion in things. I always think that it's a bit scary if someone says, I don't like what I do. And then if you say, is there something else that you're working towards that you would love to do? And they say, not really. I would find that troubling because I'd think, oh, we don't have a lot in common. I could live with the fact that you don't enjoy what you're doing now as long as you were working towards something that you did enjoy. But the fact that you're doing neither scares me because it makes me feel like we have a different passion towards life, or we have a different standard for passion in our lives. Number 5, what's something you love doing but don't do enough? Traveling. Probably everyone's answer right now. You're inviting them to tell you about hobbies or passions that they're not indulging nearly enough. And so you learn what their thing is. Number 6, I borrow this question from my dear friend and publisher, Karen Rinaldi, who wrote a book called It's Great to Suck at Something. And the question is, what do you suck at? By the way, you can even use Karen's book as the inspiration for this question. You can say, there's a book that I saw on the bookshelf recently called It's Great to Suck at Something. And it got me thinking, like, what do I suck at? What do you suck at? When you ask that question, you invite someone to a place of humility. That a lot of people can't go to, a vulnerability that a lot of people aren't comfortable with. But I like being around people who can be vulnerable. Can you have a moment of actual vulnerability? Number 7, what is a film you are embarrassed you like so much? I had to really think about this one. I just think this question's fun. I also think you find out how seriously a person takes themselves. A bit like asking someone what's the most embarrassing song. If I looked at your top 25 most played songs, what would be the most embarrassing one among them? Firstly, it's adorable to learn something that someone listens to or watches that's bad, but it's also revealing of their ability to laugh at themselves. Number 8. Now, this is the one I said I think is the most revealing. How would your closest friends describe you? What I like about this question is it gives someone an unself-conscious way to talk about themselves. It's very hard. If you say to someone, describe yourself, that's really difficult. And most people are too self-conscious to do that. But if you say, how would your best friend describe you? Then you're allowing that person to ventriloquize the person that knows them the best and say things from an objective standpoint, from some distance, but actually say things about themselves. Now, of course, all of these questions, one of the things they do is they give this person a platform to talk about things that are important to them, things they love, things they connect with. And it does it in ways that a lot of people don't ask. So inherently, you giving someone a platform to talk about all of these things that they enjoy talking about is going to make you more interesting to that person. I also want to add that it's incumbent on us to have good answers to the questions we ask. Anytime you're going in with questions like these, have a sense of, if someone asked me these questions, I would have rich and interesting opinions and things to say about the very things I'm asking.
Watch the next episode.